Hello there, Sarah from 17 once again. This is a balls deep of Stranglehold, another third-person shooter gem that you might have missed back in 2007. This is of course a John Woo game, and it has Chow Yun-fat in it, and it's some kind of pseudo-sequel to one of the greatest action movies ever made, which is Hard Boiled, and you play as Tequila, who is this fellow on the screen right here. This also has a really interesting set of menus. Watch what happens in the menus when you click between them. How cool is that? That's pretty damn legit, right? And it moves around fantastically. But we do have a problem with this game, which is difficult if you're a mouse and keyboard guy. It's difficult if you just enjoy a good-looking game as well. Because the game has an FOV that's difficult to change. It's very close. Makes it hard to play at times, but it's totally playable. I beat the full game like that way. It also has an incredible amount of high sensitivity just by default. It's either incredibly high or incredibly low. I can't remember which one it is. So you have to compensate with it because it's nuts. But I want to show it off because it's a great game and it's a game I'm very fond of. It's a game I would have covered on YouTube if I'd have been able to at the time when I played it, and I played it a lot. Because the hardest difficulty on this game, very difficult. But let's play the first mission and give you an idea of what this is. Right. An hour to kill? What even is that? I have no idea. Let's just start from this. Hard Boiled is the hardest difficulty, really, really cool. I'm going to put it on normal for the case of this. If I could fix the FOV so that the goddamn character wasn't in the middle of the screen and up my ass, I'd make a guide for this. It's not necessary, but I love the game. And as I mentioned, it's really hard too. And the cutscenes are so famous in this for me and Aiden because we used to quote them all the time because they're really cheesy and stupid. And it's super cliche. But we're going to be skipping them for the purposes of this if I can. So we can get to the game. But if you look at the game, it looks wonderful. It's aged really well. And it had a lot of technology for the time that was way ahead of its time, in my opinion. There's a lot of destruction. There is a mechanic of chaining together environmental kills to build up multiplayers to get score. So it's got a very arcadey, scorey feel. And it's also very fast. It's not a game where you're going to be spending your entire life in cover, even though you can go in cover. This is a game about being aggressive and understanding the mechanics. But there you go. Press spacebar to dive and press the left mouse button to shoot. It goes into slow motion. Very Max Payne inspired, this game. You'll also notice... Oh my god, here we go. So this is 1800 DPI, guys. So this has the opposite problem that Wanted had that I covered. This has incredible sensitivity all the time. So if you want to play it, you have to put your sensitivity to really, really low in your settings. Wonder if I can mess with this. Does this make it better? Let's go like... I have no idea if this is going to affect the mouse or if this is going to affect the controller, because you can play this game with controller. Let's have a see. Right, that's a lot better. It's not ideal. I'd have to mess with it a little bit, but it's okay for what we're doing. But do you see how the aim is on Tequila's head? That's a fucking problem. And it's a big problem, because it means that like you're kind of using his head to shoot, and it's just not how games are now. Oh, speaking of bad guys, but do you see how we've got it so close to our player character and it feels kind of in the way? It's an issue. If you can adapt the FOV by doing all this weird config stuff that I couldn't figure out how to get working, you can make it way better so that it pulls the camera out so you can see Tequila better and the aimer stretches above him and it's much more natural and much more third-person shootery that you're used to. But for the purposes anyhow, you've got your shoot dodging, which you can do at any point. You can also, I think, hold the space bar and he'll stay on the ground, so you can shoot off the ground on your back and everything quite dynamically. He rolls around, all kinds of weird stuff. You can approach things and press space and he'll do context-sensitive actions to them. And sometimes you don't even have to press the button, he just does it. And whenever you do a context-sensitive action and you shoot, it slows time down. So you slide across this, and if you shoot, it would slow time. And you can jump on wires, you can do a whole host of things. Lots of destructible things in the environments. Lots of things collapse and break. Very pretty, lots of physics going on. There's also lots of things to shoot. So as we push forward here, there's going to be a bunch of dudes coming out of some doors. So there's the doves. This is a John Woo project. But there's the door. Do you see how everything shines? That means if you shoot it, you'll get a kill. So the game's teaching us how to play it now. So we shoot the balcony, we get a kill. We shoot that one, get a kill on him. Someone else comes out the door, we get another kill. A couple more guys there. Shoot him. There's the balcony. Shoot him. Shoot that to get him. He runs that way. Shoot the sign to get him. And that's what this game is about. It's about chaining together these awesome moments of destruction. And it's... oh, look at the fountain break. Look at this! 2007, guys. Look how fucking awesome this was. Look at this. Games don't have this, man. It's so beautiful. And this isn't just because it's on PC. This is what it looked like in the game, just a little bit rougher. But tons of opportunities to score, tons of opportunities to do all kinds of John Woo-inspired things. The game is superb. Minus the whole I'm up his ass the entire time and it's quite awkward to fix. Can you even break the bottom bit? Like, look at this! Look at this game, dude! God, I love it! I love it! 2007, 10 years and we've done nothing. Kojima would be proud. Look at the grapes! See what I mean? There's a lot of love in this game, but it's very short, just like that Wanted game. And it's a one-trick pony. If you do not like diving around shooting dudes relentlessly, you're not going to like this. That's all the game is. It's just pure, unadulterated gameplay. It's carnage, it's violent, it's fun, it's stupid. And let's play some more of it, shall we? So there's... there you go. You can manually activate the witch time, or the bullet time, or whatever you want to call it. Tequila time, I think it's called in this. Oh, and then you do these. These bits are awesome. We're going to be sliding down this bar shooting people. Oh, that didn't work. Because I didn't do it correctly. When it glows, if you press spacebar, it jumps on it. And then you can continue and do this. And then you shoot the signs and get the stylish kills. Which is introducing you to the... all the scoring system. And then after this, you can actually jump onto the trolley. Land on the trolley and then continue your score. Which is super legit. And then you can run and jump onto this and continue your score up this little thing, but it's not glowing, so it's not working. There we go. Did you see how it got to 47 and a checkpoint? Well, the higher your score is on that left-hand side when you do those style kills and you chain them together, the more energy you get on the bottom left and the better your score is at the end of the mission. If you do it correctly, not only do you power yourself up, because in the bottom left, that plus sign is a heal, the rest of the abilities you unlock as you play are all adversarial moves that help you kill and clear rooms. So the better you play, the stronger the moves you can use to make you even stronger. And then at the end, of course, you can get the higher ranks if you're interested in that kind of thing. But here's the kitchen. This is it's explaining exactly what I've just mentioned, where the better you do, it converts into energy and you can use the energy to heal and things. I don't remember how you use the cover system. Oh, there you go. So you can play this like a cover shooter, but there's very few moments where I would recommend you do that. For the most, you want to play it like a crazy action game. Play it like the action movie it's meant to be, you know? And if you can put up with the camera being so close to Tequila... Oh, these are the paper cranes as well. These will give you green bits in the bottom left, which will power up your abilities. So if I press 1, I'll heal myself. You see how it puts it down? And I have to earn it back again by using style and everything. And then this is going to introduce one of those slow motion moments, much like the Wanted game. But in this game, Tequila has to move to dodge bullets. And it kind of simulates the sequence at the beginning of Hard Boiled, when he's going down the stairs, leaning a little bit, shooting at those people. And it's the way that Chow Yun-fat does it, where he leans as he shoots, which is synonymous with his character in those action set pieces. But if I skip this, it'll... This guy with a shotgun just there, guy over there, guy just there, guy right there. And the spawns in this game are mad cruel as well, because they just keep coming out of doors. And notice I'm playing on normal, and I'm at half HP. How many games have you played on normal where you're at half HP from a fight? Doesn't happen anymore, right? Well, it does in this game. But once again, it's the thing that makes it so difficult is the FOV and the aim of being so close. But when I played it, when I got it on PC, and I was super excited to do something on YouTube with it, I played it on the second hardest difficulty. Which you wouldn't think so, because I get wrecked, because I can't see where the fucking life is. There we go. Boom. The life is super powerful. You want to learn where it is at all times. I did the game without using the special moves. Well, I did the levels anyway. The bosses I use the special moves on because the bosses are boring and stupid. Shotgun's amazing as well. If we can... have I got the shotgun? There we go. Shotgun's incredibly powerful, but you can see the spread of its pellets. So it's really weird and kind of old school. But this is the gun that kills everything. It's really strong. It is absurdly powerful. Like, if you hit people with this, they know about it. And that's exactly what shotgun should be. In my opinion, anyway. But, like, it does not mess around. And it's checkpointed well enough so that it's a challenge, but it's not too bullshit. There's a couple moments that are very difficult. As I mentioned, this is from 2007 when games were hard. So, if you're looking for a challenge, Stranglehold will deliver. You have to play some of it like a bitch as well. But this is the moment where you have to shoot back and dodge, to give you an example. Problem with this is, of course, the sensitivity. Sensitivity is a bit of a bitch here. But dodge the bullet, shoot the propane tank, and it'll spin to the next guy. Dodge his shot, shoot whatever's in the environment, take him out. Dodge his bullets, shoot the propane tank, and then we'll be back in control. And then it'll be a big gunfight. But you see the range on the shotgun as well? It's one of those rare games where the shotgun has a lot of range. Range that shotguns usually don't traditionally have. But it's a very arcadey, very awesome. The only thing I'm a bit bullshitted on is the spawns. The spawns happen way too close to you, in doorways that are always behind you and things of that nature, so that always feels kind of bullshit. But it's just pure unadulterated carnage all the time. If I had to criticise an aspect of it, it would be that I believe this first level flows much better than the rest of the levels. Some of the levels have really good moments to flow for rank and score and all the strategical smashing and things. And then there are other levels that really do not flow as well. They have moments of chaos and carnage, but they also have more moments of not. So it feels a little bit up and down. It feels like this first level was fully realised and the rest of them just kind of fail compared. But you don't have to play it if it's like Tony Hawk, you know, you can play it as just a straight up shooter. For me, the score is half the fun though. But it's just the perspective. The perspective is so oppressive now that I'm used to it not being like this. Get some of that HP. And the doves are gonna... Sorry, the cranes, if I didn't mention, which I think I did, they're going to give you the ability. Oh, here's it's teaching us a new move, precision aim. So this is a game that has a ball shot. Infamous ball shot. It's a really good one. It also has throat shots as well, some really nice detection. But when you've got the ability or you pick up the cranes, you can use the move, and then you can shoot him in the nads. And he'll react very, very painfully. And then I'll shoot him in the throat, because the throat shot's always good. Like, lots of reacting to where you shoot them, lots of nice animations. And if you're wondering who made this, it was made by Midway when Midway existed. Which is super sad that they don't exist anymore. Or they don't exist in the manner in which they did when this game came out. The enemies are incredibly accurate as well, on every difficulty. You You see what I mean? There's no reason I should do that with a shotgun, but the shotgun in this game's wonderful. It's just super fun. Lots of stuff to break, lots of things to shoot. It's just a really cool game. And you can get it on PlayStation, you can get it on... Ooh, golden Desert Eagles. Nice. So this is the most powerful gun in the game, pretty much. If you use a move called Barrage with this weapon, you can kill almost anything in a very swift manner. It's kind of a big deal. And it leads to some pretty nasty setups on bosses on Hard Boiled, which can help you get through them. Here's another one of those shooting moments. But this is the kind of game that I was always hoping was going to get a sequel, but never did, because it's kind of a gameplay style you don't really see anymore. Everybody looks at it as kind of being old school, archaic, arcadey, too gamey, which is hilarious. Because I know there's a lot of people like myself that really enjoyed this game. These get way harder as well. If you think this looks easy and dumb, they get way harder, so don't worry too much. Some of them get a little bit too hard in my opinion because they don't give you time to shoot and dodge at the same time. They just don't give you enough. Not enough time. You need a time transplant just like Cartman. That's a shotgun. Shotgun guys do incredible damage. No shit, right? But just notice the layouts of the levels. Here's a nice cutscene that I'm not going to watch. That's a post that you can break as well, so you can do one of these sexy slidey moments. Shotgun guy. You can break. Anything that glows like that can be broken. Same with that. That can be broken with some well-placed shots. But you might be thinking, oh, the slow motion looks overpowered or things of that nature. Trust me, everything about the game is meticulous in how it's done, that it all kind of flows and works very well. And once again, guys, even on normal, this game will challenge you, which is really nice. It's a game that pulls its punches in the right way rather than stupid, cheesy, nonsensical ways. And here is the area where the boss is, which I'll give you an example of a boss fight after this cutscene. So you can stand in this corner and literally wait for people to come to you, which is super cheesy, but it works. And this is what I did on my my hard-boiled run, because I remember my strategies because they were all really, really good. And I know that sounds arrogant, but it's true. Like, I remember them because they worked and the game was tough. There's also health there should you need it, which is nice. And if you run out of slow motion, it's not the end of the world because you can do it without slow motion. It's just a little more dangerous. And then after a while there is a cutscene and it shows you the boss who turns up. Somebody's above me. You can swing around on chandeliers and things. There's a whole host of really creative ways of killing people. And the reloading is super fast and you don't have to really do it. The game kind of does it for you, which is super nice. There we go. Anybody else? It's quite a gauntlet, it must be said. And when people get close, when you press trigger to shoot, you'll punch them. So it's got this really intuitive melee that you'll do it half the time without wanting to do it, but it'll save your ass. So that's kind of cool. And it is a one-bullet headshot as well. If you can even see the fucking reticle because of Chow Yun-Fat's fat head. Which is the only problem. But you do get used to it. Like, I'm already kind of used to it now. There it was, melee. So if you want to save bullets, you can just wait for them all to... That noise means checkpoint, and it also means next phase, and this next phase is the boss with the rocket launcher. This guy's a problem. All the bosses are a problem in this game, though, so... Just wait for his dudes to come down, which they will, and then when he comes down... Oh, he came down first, nice. Bye. Best guns in the game. Technically, the light machine gun might be better, but They don't mess around, those guns. Oh wow, did I turn the dialogue off? Or is the dialogue not playing? Weird. Anyhow, guys, I think that's a good example of exactly what this game is. I can't get over how much fun it is. It might not have been conveyed in what I just showed. It'll run on almost any PC because it's not very intensive to do it, to make it play. It'll play well on controller. It'll play okay with mouse and keyboard. It's just that perspective, man. Getting used to the perspective is a little tricky. But thank you for watching, and you take care now.